client's name.
I'm just confident.
But only time will tell. Reporting for your news leader in down. Monday morning.
Oh shit, that's a ram.
Shit. 671, shots are fired. We need more cover.
10-4, please cover code 39600 Golf Links Trail.
Your call has been updated.
Somebody running west to the complex. Heading towards the David Rupters. Black Candy, you take on the tag. Black male.
Car parts. .com. Always deliver. Shit.
Real nigga shit, man. They niggas don't see me with this shit, man. Hey. Shut
Turn out the punches to the streets like a G. Rubber bands up in my pants on my package G.
Get 7.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
All good road trips start here.
Just make sure you're road ready.
Book your road trip.
Well, Memphis police are asking for your help finding drivers who may have information on a deadly two-car crash at Hickory Hill Road and Sunny Morning Drive last night. This is a picture of the vehicles whose drivers they want to speak to. Investigators say an Infiniti hit the front bumper and right side of a Lexus as the car was making a left turn, causing that crash. The driver and passenger in the Lexus died at the scene. Now, the driver of the Infiniti was also killed. All 5 passengers of that Infiniti, who range in age between 10 and 23, are in the hospital tonight, including 3 in critical condition. Condition.
Right now, you're looking at Memphis police body cam video from a Memphis PD.
Well, Memphis police are asking for your help finding drivers who may have information on a deadly two-car crash at Hickory Hill Road and Sunny Morning Drive last night. This is a picture of the vehicles whose drivers they want to speak to. Investigators say an Infiniti hit the front bumper and right side of a Lexus as the car was making a left turn, causing that crash. The driver and passenger in the Lexus died at the scene. Now, the driver of the Infiniti was also killed. All 5 passengers of that Infinity, who range in age between 10 and 23, are in the hospital tonight, including 3 in critical condition.
Welcome back to CBS News. It's 11:25 on the East Coast. I'm Lindsay Reiser, and we are following some breaking news. Former President Donald Trump has agreed to a victim interview with the FBI in the investigation surrounding the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott McFarland is following this for us. Scott, what can you tell us?
I'm not here. What in the world? What in the world? How is it live and I'm not here? 11 minutes? What? What is going on? Can y'all hear me? How was it? I wasn't. Lord. What in the world? I have no idea how it started, and I wasn't here.
They also told us, Lindsay, that they had been.
So, listen, have y'all heard the good news? I guess my phone was excited, baby, and it just started on its own. I don't know what the is going on. Can y'all hear me? Lord. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh my God, it's not telling me nothing. Chat filter. Okay. Hey, Carlos. Hey, y'all. It's doing its own thing. I guess they wanted me to come on with it. Can you shout out? Hey, Granny. So listen. I'm late to my own party. I don't know what in the heck just happened. But anyway, finding out that we have some moving forward. There is a date set on September the 23rd. Everybody. Hey, Art of War. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Granny. Everybody involved in the Dolph case for the murder, not the conspiracy, the murder, will have to appear in court on the 23rd. That means Orange Mind Quet, Jemarcus, STRAIGHTDROP, and Cornbread. All are going to appear in court. So it looks like judge ain't budging off of it. She wants strict movement. Quet has to follow by the T, the terms and the conditions. Baby, it's finna go down. Down. So that little page, single data for, baby. I don't know. What you doing? Oh no. Yeah, we're not soliciting single daddy. That's not how you come in over here. Come in over here. So y'all listen. It's always a little movement with that page. They say ain't Marcus, but how he move and some of the things he say, I don't know who it is, but it ain't somebody who's speaking against, Dolph and his family or what have you. But he was he ha ha, he was chi, about what's going to happen is if something was about to happen. So the dates are set. Jemarcus. And although he's already pled guilty to 3 counts of conspiracy against the murder of Dolph. Now, Orange Mount Quet, Hernandez Govan, attorney made a little, he dropped a little something like he can't wait till all the evidence that has not been presented. I said, oh, was Marcus at the birthday? I'm almost sure he was. He was just out of, yeah, I'm almost sure he was, but I don't know. No pictures I was able to pick up showed him there, but I think he comes out. I think I've seen him at one party function with the fellas for his birthday. That's about it. But he's popped out on IG on the cool. People say it ain't him. I don't know. He was very limited. Hey, Steve, who he allowed to see his comments. Now, if it was somebody else, I don't think that they would care they wouldn't be so particular about who could see him. But I'm not going to debate that with anybody because I don't know. I just pay attention to what is posted when it's posted. That's why I let y'all hear yesterday. And he posted again, or whoever is operating the page posted again. And there is about 2 or 3 people from Dolph's camp that is on that page. So young Dolph's brother who let loose, hey Yvette, at the cookie shop. Marcus is who was shot at. So he is who the attempted murder charges is regarding. Marcus THORNTON. So yes, his attorney said that he's just following every rule. Quet didn't want to be seen. He had his head down when he was trying to dodge the cameras and shit. I said, oh, because I'm looking for scars and black eyes and shit. I'm looking for any type of change in his facial features, or if, yeah, so I was damn sure looking. And once he came to the mic, because him and Jemarcus was at court today, and he looked humble. He watched his attorney, go before the judge and talk. And the attorney said that he cannot wait for the evidence that has not been presented. Do y'all want to hear it? I want y'all to hear it, don't you? Yes, indeed. There's a bunch going on today. There was a bunch going on today. Somebody said the Mia J was in town Friday or Thursday. You reckon they was updating her? You reckon she got an update on what's planning on happening? What's happening? you know how we do it. Along with all this other stuff that's going on in Houston. Baby. Happy belated birthday to me. You're welcome. Thank you, Yvette. Happy belated birthday to me. Y'all ready to listen? Y'all want to hear it? Hear ye, hear ye. AunTeaFee, are you excited? Yes. Yes. They always kind of wait to right around the birthday or something like that to drop something. Ooh, and Trey, thank you, Ro. It was last week. And if anybody want to send something in love, it's $AunTeaFee, AUNTEAFEE. And I would greatly appreciate y'all took care of me, baby. I gained about a good 8 pounds, eating well. Thank you, Patty Hammond. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all ready to listen? Y'all ready to listen? I'm ready for y'all to hear. Can't y'all tell? Oh, let me tell you this right quick. Trey, Dolph's son, Amir J said that she wanted them, both of her kids, to express themselves for their father's birthday. And Trey, oh my goodness. He picked a basketball team, and they played basketball in honor of Dolph's birthday. Ain't that what's up? I'm going to bring y'all that tonight. But I had to come live with this because, you know, with all that Julio, I didn't want Dolph to get lost in the sauce, baby. I had to come on with it with my tea sippers. Is that all right? Is that all right? Hey, Ursula. Peace and blessings to you, Precious. Y'all want to hear this? Y'all ready to hear this? Court is set. Trial is set. They all going together. Orange Mount Quet, Jemarcus, STRAIGHTDROP, and Cornbread. Greasy. They all standing trial together. So that means that shortly after that, if not before, they're going to be able to present their RICO. Just in case. Just in case. Well, AunTeaFee, why would they wait? But just in case something happens and it don't go the way that the prosecutors expect for it to go, then they can turn right around and hit all their asses with conspiracy. And it's not double jeopardy. RICO supersedes everything. Okay? Those are separate charges. Okay? So if you don't get them here, you damn sure gonna get them there. And with everything that's been unfolding right in the palm of AunTeaFee's hands like putty. If they don't get them this way, they damn sure gonna get them that way. Y'all ready to listen? No, the beauty skin D. No, that's beauty skin is D. Thank you. They had to card me, girl. They had to card me. Card me, baby. Card me. And you don't believe me when I say okay. Here my ID. Okay, y'all. I'm getting off track. Y'all ready to hear? Let's listen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, girl. Stop playing. Why am I having so much TV problems? Come on. I'm going to turn around so have my back against it so y'all can hear me. Why is it not going? Y'all, I don't know what's going on. It has a mind of its own. But why are they trying to play with AunTeaFee right now? Please don't play with me. Where did it go?
For YOUNGDOLPH was shot and killed.
Can y'all hear that?
3 years after Memphis rapper YOUNGDOLPH was shot and killed, and those charged in connection to the deadly attack are set to finally go to trial. Today, the man accused of orchestrating the attack, along with the man who already pled guilty to helping after
Can y'all hear that?
learned when they, along with two 3 years after Memphis rapper YOUNGDOLPH was shot and killed, and those charged in connection to the deadly attack are set to finally go to trial. Today, the man accused of orchestrating the attack, along with the man who already pled guilty to helping after the shooting, learned when they, along with 2 other defendants, will have the case heard before a judge and jury. Here's WREG's Jarita Patterson with the trial date years in the making.
Monday morning,
look at
a man wearing a blue
look at it.
slumped over
What you hiding for?
Courtroom learned the end to a case years in the making has been set for trial. Hernandez Govan, the man accused of arranging the murder of rapper YOUNGDOLPH back in 2021, stood before the judge as his attorney went over several judicial housekeeping notes.
Judge, she wants to keep pretty tight rein on the everything, and especially Mr. Govan and all the defendants that's involved.
Govan's lawyer, Hernandez Govan Jr., telling us when the trial gets underway, his client will not face the judge alone.
We're compliant. We're doing what she tells us to do, and looking forward to the trial date.
Justin Johnson and Corneliussmith, the accused triggerman, along with Jemarcus Johnson, will also be in court. In fact, Jemarcus Johnson was there Monday alongside Govan. Johnson already pled guilty last year to 3 counts of being an accessory after the fact. He will still return for trial in just under 2 months.
Be back in this courtroom on September 23rd.
Judge Mitchell reminding both defense attorneys September 23rd is the date. This is finally set to go to trial, with defense attorney Durham saying it's at that moment evidence many are unaware.
Let's play that again. Come on.
Attorney went over several judicial housekeeping notes.
Judge, she wants to keep pretty tight rein.
He look like the other boy.
Everything, and especially Mr. Govan and all the defendants that's involved.
Govan's lawyer, Hernandez Govan Jr., telling us when the trial gets underway, his client will not face the judge alone.
We're compliant. We're doing what she tells us to do, and looking forward to the trial date.
Justin Johnson and Corneliussmith, the accused triggerman, along with Jemarcus Johnson, will also be in court. In fact, Jemarcus Johnson was there Monday alongside Govan. Johnson already pled guilty last year to 3 counts of being an accessory after the fact. He
don't already plead guilty
in just under 2 months.
Be back in this courtroom on September 23rd.
Judge Mitchell reminding both defense attorneys September 23rd is the date. This is finally set to go to trial, with defense attorney Durham saying it's at that moment evidence many are unaware of will finally be revealed.
That part.
Just looking forward to bringing this to an end, because I think the public needs to really know what happened.
The details of which attorney Durham says will clear his client's name.
And I'm just confident.
But only time will tell. Defense attorney September 23rd is the date. This is finally set to go to trial.
Hold up. I was not playing. Cut their hair. Oh, he did, didn't he? That's old, because cornbread fat. Hold on. I don't know why. I tried to slow it up and messed it up. So, what we think about that? What we think about that? Yeah, that's old, because cornbread, he swole. He swole. I mean, I can't see him be done lost that type of weight. Yeah. So what y'all think about this evidence that they say that they have that's gonna clear him how? Clear him how? Clear him. Hello, AunTeaFee. Hello, Crystal. Did you hear what I just played, Crystal? All I need is a reason to play it again. Yes, his attorney said that there's going to be evidence that's presented that's going to clear clear Orange Mound Quet. Now, the only way it's going to clear Orange Mound Quet, being the mastermind, which we know he ain't, right, is that he done gave up. Who? He must be going to give up the real. No, baby, the shooters are the shooters. The shooters are the shooters. They have clear evidence of the shooters. Jemarcus is Straight Drop's brother. He already gave up his brother. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. What we doing? He gonna give up who ordered the hit. The real masterminds. The shooters are the shooters. Yeah, he is. He did hire, hey, scorekeeper. He did subcontract the hit to Straight Drop them. That's not arguable. His brother has already gave him up. Come on now. But what we do not know is who ordered the hit. Because right now they're putting the mastermind jacket on Quet. Right? And we know I'm sleeping. You know that's what I'm. Okay, Granny, I'm looking at you with like, whoa, I thought. Don't do you. Don't do me. They all gonna tell the truth on Big Juke. But Big Juke, but listen. Okay, Chantel, there was a meeting, baby. There was a meeting. Okay. Out of town that had the Juke. What's his name? Mario Mims, YOGOTTI, Quit. You know, it wasn't just Big Juke. It wasn't just Big Juke. You look a lot like Michelle Obama. Why are y'all always telling me I look like somebody? But okay. All of them ladies that y'all been putting on me are beautiful. So I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, y'all okay? So yeah, but they just can't put it on Juke because Gotti has put himself in positions at time to show that he communicated with Straight Drop. Straight Drop had a meeting with Gotti. Okay? And Quet know that. Quet know that. Cornbread has already made some deal arrangements. He know that. He know that too. Shondell Barnett, he knows that. Okay, Wanda, if I'm lying, baby, bye. Bye, baby. I don't want to lie to you. So get your ass on. Were they telling you the truth? Get your ass on. Y'all say bye to Wanda, Banda. Bye, Wanda. Wandy. Get your ass on. I know Gotti did the ordering. Absolutely. That's going to come out. So he gonna bye. Yeah, is let them know that he's not the mastermind. He contributed to it to miss something, and this is random place to say it. Yeah. Now, baby, don't do no confessions over here. Unless you're confessing to something that has to do with Young Dolph assassination. We don't want your confessions, baby. Keep them to yourself, okay? Okay? We don't want them. We don't need to know. Okay? Hey, Nathan. Hey. Hi, Opa. Folk need Jesus. They need him right now in the name of Jesus. Amen. Because Laquita ain't finna play with him. Not today. So yeah, no. That's no. So what when he's talking about that his defendant, the truth will come out, yes, that there are other people involved who is really the mastermind. Absolutely. See, they thought that they was gonna be able to put it on Teasy, but Teasy was already working for them peoples. He was already an informant. So was Juke. Juke done gave up some folk. He was picked up and let go too. That's why his families are so disgusted, because they know that, and that girl keeps saying you will be so disappointed because y'all found out that he was talking to them peoples. He was playing both sides. And he probably has something to do with that big guy, his daddy, uncle. Because they want people to think he had a stroke or a heart attack or whatever. But okay. It may be, you know, the impact from the shoot 'em up bang bang caused heart failure. I don't know. But I know he was shot. Just like that bow-legged guy. The security guard. The security guard. Stop attacking me. Okay, baby, I ain't gonna attack you no more. I'm gonna get rid of you. Stop coming over here. Stop bringing your ass over here, sir, ma'am. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Get your butt on. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back, no. Sing with me. More, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Get your ass on. You look like a girl from Raven. Somebody else has told me I look like Raven. Just so Raven. What do you think about the cookie, people? I think I'm going to wait this close. I'm going to wait to see what all comes out in the wash. I think that I have a problem with her getting that little girl out of jail for shooting at the guy who shot her mom, but now she's a part of XXX trafficking. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Especially when they have all these extracurricular sexual activities going on, online and offline. Yeah. Sexual. They into that sexual healing type stuff. Yeah, I have a problem with that. You got her out so that she can go back out on them streets. Because that's what she did. See, we didn't have to know. We did not have to know that that little girl was like family to you. And you campaigned to get her out. And now she has been targeting kids, young kids, putting them out on the streets where somebody can take advantage of their body. That's a problem. You have just implemented yourself into a circle of activities that has much to do with the combination of things with Dolph. That's how I feel. So we're going to let it all come out and wash. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm not, I'm not. I don't have no apologies. I said I wouldn't say nothing about the parents, and I haven't. That's all I gave my word to. And I said, unless something else comes up. So I would have never had to know that she knew that little girl. She was bragging again. She can't keep her mouth shut. She can't keep her mouth shut. It's what AI generated. How's it AI generated? And I done went from one room to another room, letting y'all hear the facts that they going to court on the 23rd, and they all stand in trial together. Every last one of them, even the ones that have taken a plea deal against his brother. Straight drop, Justin Johnson. Y'all can come on off that they ain't the shooters His brother done already gave him up. He also gave up some other people. So go on with that. Go on back over there where they want y'all to go with their controlled narrative, where they want to throw y'all off the facts. That's not what goes on over here. Okay? No morals or principles. Long lived out. I agree. Okay? So now, it's going to come out that he wasn't the mastermind, and we already know that. So who is? Who's the mastermind? They're going to say Big Juke, okay, but who else was there? Who else was there? Now, I'm not going to be surprised if some other people that was there have already been taken out. Now, that I ain't going to be surprised about. Everybody. So I heard through the grapevine. I heard through the grapevine that Moneybag and Gotti having trust issues. They've been having trust issues. Didn't I talk about that about 4, 5, 6 months ago? They've been having trust issues. Why we think they having trust issues now? Because their day is coming and names are dropping. Moneybag don't want his name brought up. Well, dude, you are a common denominator. You, Black Youngster, LILMIGO, Those names have already came up before. Y'all just thought that y'all got rid of the people who will be able to tell your story. They mad, child. They calling me all out my name. Say something again, metalhead kid. Say something again so I can put you out your misery. Say something. That's okay. I can do it right here. Let me report you. Yeah, of hate speech. Let me get you on out the misery. So let me big block you. Hate speech. You mad? You mad, metalhead? You mad? They mad, y'all. They mad. Ain't no peace for the wicked. They mad. They've been having issues. Oh, absolutely. That's why that sister said to her boyfriend, Spirit, you will be so disappointed. Yeah, they mad, y'all. They mad. They mad. They so mad they want me to say something crazy to them. Nah, that's okay. I'm just gonna report you to the other, to the higher ups. I'm just gonna report you to the higher ups because you harassing me and you are saying some derogatory things to me. Okay. Yeah, tell your mama to go lose some weight. Woohoo. Yeah, bye-bye. Say bye. Bye-bye. Oh, y'all, they mad. They mad. The truth will set you free, though. Yes, indeed. The truth will set you haters free. Okay? Don't hate on the truth. Do y'all want to hear the message again? Yeah, there's going to be some evidence. Bye-bye. They hate the truth. Don't 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 hate the truth. I ain't even mad at you, baby. This is so good to me. I ain't even mad at you. I ain't gonna even let Laquita get you. September 23rd, gonna wear that ass out. Hello, if you make it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way these things is going, whew, Lord, we never know, do we? But that's what's going on. His attorney said there is new evidence, there's evidence that has not been provided. Yes. Let me hear the song that Marcus was playing. Let's hear them words. Do y'all want to hear what he was throwing out there today? Do y'all want to hear it? Yes, put them dolphins in the spam the comments section with dolphins. Okay. Long live Dolph. Justice for him. Happy belated birthday as well. We moving forward. We don't care about none of that bullshit. You. Let's go. I don't know who they think they playing with, baby. We don't care. We do not care. We do not care. Not at all. Let's go. Let's listen. Let's get to Marcus. Let's get to Marcus. Let's get to Marcus. Well, whoever this is that's on this page, they say it ain't him.
Once again.
Let's start over. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to listen? Show them. Hey, thank you for the hearts. I mean, for the dolphins. There we go. Y'all ready to listen? Let's go to the next one. That's not it. Not that one. Dang. I may have went too far. Let me go back. Let me go back.
Nigga, once again. My roots Atlantic Ocean. My neck Pacific Ocean. Oh yeah, I rock so much DNG, bitches call me Dog Gabbana. Some bitches do what they can, but they can't do what they
This is what this.
on my come up. But only if they knew my ties, they would shut the fuck up. I work out with no.
And Marcus was here.
Believe nothing that you heard and half of what you saw. Be your own boss.
He playing Draco the Ruler. So this what's going on. So I see a lot of these niggas been going to the Diddy party. Brick. That's Diddy. This is what he played.
Shit, man. They niggas don't see me with this shit, man. Hey. So
I said, what is he trying to say? What is he trying to say? He laughing at Brick. Saying I see some of these niggas that have been to the Diddy party, but you can't trust them. I said, okay. And then he had that whole line up at one of the, when he was talking about a CMG, got it. Yeah, so it's almost like he laughing at his face because it was finna come out. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. I think he talking about Gotti. I think he talking about MoneybaggyO. One or the other. Yeah. So whoever is operating that page as Marcus is still guiding you to subliminals in that direction, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, big head. Big head. 85% of the niggas in the industry cream post powder. Yeah, he said, I see some of y'all. He was laughing at him. Also, y'all been to the Diddy party. Yeah. Why you trying to act like you thug out. That's why you was lying. So y'all, that's what's going on. How we gonna handle that with everything that's coming out with Memphis, Houston, cartel, yeah, all of that. And didn't Quentin no Diddy. Yeah, I've been to them Diddy parties. Now, who did I show y'all month or two ago went to a Diddy party, rubbed elbows with Diddy with his new artist, YTB Fat? Because I remember I told y'all Diddy wasn't digging Fat. Y'all remember that? Yeah, MoneybaggyO presented him in front of Diddy, tried to do business deals with him. I'm sure it was introducing them to that side of the human stuff. AunTeaFee, Let's go. Them dots are connecting. Yes, indeed. Try to get him did it up. Take that. Yes, Haunty. Yes, indeed. Bag tried to get Fat Diddy. Yes. Break him off. Break him in. Yes. And what did Fat do? I don't know what he did, but he showed he let what's his name? CEO Jizzle. He let him walk through. He said he ain't getting in that shit. I ain't getting in that shit. He gave him a pass, baby, to walk on through, and whatever happens, happen. You don't have to worry about the foxes. Didn't that just happen? Didn't I just show y'all that? Huh? His new, he done got some more Botox? I ain't seen him, child. He hiding from me. He don't want me to mess with him. Yes, didn't I just show y'all that? Yeah, he gave Jizzle Nim or whoever a pass for Moneybag. He ain't getting in that shit. Is no, dog. Y'all too far off. You didn't tell me all this shit was going on. Nigga, you done started a war. Yeah. and you started and then tried to hide your fingers. You at war with a whole bunch of people. And then they went over there last week and shot up Costello, Dolph land. And then now we see who was hanging out with Paper Route Newski. And baby, if it goes as deep as I think it's going, hey Jersey, hey Aubrey, hi, I'm from, hey Scotland, If it goes as deep as I think it's gonna go with that cartel, it's finna hit them higher ups. What? Them higher ups. Them higher ups, yes indeed, multi-state. Ain't that what Miller, is that his name? Tyree, yeah, Miller. Ain't that what he said about a year and a half ago? It was 10 states. 10 states and cities that's involved that they have. Yeah. It's unfolding right before our eyes. More to the Rico's here, boo. Rico's here. Yeah, they done got the cartel. They done got the plug. Shit, streets finna dry up. What? All eyes on the cartels, El Chapo, El Millo, La Vega, whoever, all of them. They done figure out that through the jails and shit. So you know if it's like that in Harris County and they got a whole, oh, do I need to let y'all hear that? What they were saying that was going on in Harris County with this man with that 30,000 Guzman with the feds. His last name was On. Do I need to let y'all hear that? We already hear. Let's hear this. Let's go. Let's hear this. AunTeaFee, you sitting over here with all these goodies. AunTeaFee. AunTeaFee got all the goodies, huh? Yes, indeed, Haunty. Yes, indeed. Let's get to the goodies. Where the goodies at, huh? Where is these episodes? Let's get to the goodies. Let's hear this. Let me find this. I got some goodies for you to hear. Turn light on. What you want the light on for? Say what? What you want the light on for? What you yapping about? Enrique? Is that Vato? I'm finna get you out of here. Okay. There go your only warning. Where is it at? Money laundering scheme uncovered in Harris County.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg
Can y'all hear that? Hey, Brooklyn.
seized an inmate's commissary account that had more than, get this, $30,000
Can y'all hear that?
which has never happened in the history of the DA's office. She says evidence showed 35-year-old inmate Joshua Owens received the funds through drug dealing inside and possibly outside the Harris County Jail. She stopped by Fox 26 today to tell us about the ongoing investigation and how it's possibly linked to a long list of fentanyl deaths in the Harris County Jail. So, District Attorney Ogg, when you took a look at what was going on in the Harris County Jail, were you surprised, especially with an inmate having a commissary account with
where they just had that bus?
$30,000 in it?
You know, Isaiah, we've known that
drugs have been being smuggled into the jail and sold by inmates inside the jail. They do that with the help of both detention officers at times and third parties outside the jail. The commissary in this case was used by Owens to launder drug sale money. So sells drugs in the jail.
The same Harris County.
His friend pay the seller's friend deposits it right back into the commissary. I've never seen a commissary with a balance of $30,000 or close to $30,000, especially because the most expensive item at the commissary is just a couple of bucks.
Was that the red flag that got your attention as a prosecutor in this, that this account had $30,000 in it?
The fentanyl deaths in the jail got our attention, and that's what we're trying to stop. When we learned it was tied to drug smuggling and rampant drug use within the jail, we started...
Now, what did El Chapo, El Mayo get busted? They said they had enough of that fentanyl to wipe out everybody in the U.S. Okay, let's listen.
Working with the Harris County Sheriff's Department investigators to ferret out who the drug dealers inside the jail were. When this defendant's name came up and his commissary was looked at...
And that's Joshua Owens.
That's Joshua Owens.
Okay.
It did draw our attention to it because it's such a high number. Never seen that kind of money in a commissary before.
Now, many people are thinking, how could drugs get into the jail? And obviously, you know, for years that's happened. But now we're talking about drug-laced papers.
Yes. It's
paper.
Not a sophisticated scheme, but it's somewhat new. Legal papers and regular white blank paper, like stationery, can be laced with drugs by spraying it. The spray is generally a Chinese chemical. They turn it into K2 or Kush, but fentanyl has also been found on these papers and can cause death. And of course, Kush can cause people to act all kinds of crazy ways. So it's a danger to the inmates, it's a danger to the detention officers and the deputies who work in the jail. But the most offensive thing to the public is that this was an organized crime ring being run inside the jail.
A what? A what? A what? Here go that word again. Organized. Come on, Fed. Come on. Hold on. Organized crime. Oh, this cause this ain't on. Organized crime. Deputies were making money. That was going on. Okay. Let's go back a little bit.
The most offensive thing to the public is that this was an organized crime ring being run inside the jail.
By Joshua Owens, according to you guys, and the investigation. Now,
what is
were
the
investigation? Drugs only in jail, or were they also sold outside of the jail?
Well, these cases focus on the sales inside the jail. And obviously they're being sold outside because we see so many fentanyl deaths and so many Kush assaults, etc. But the drugs are being manufactured outside the jail, sprayed onto the legal papers or stationery, smuggled in by a variety of people. No smugglers are charged in this case.
So they just busted the smugglers, El Chapo, El Mayo, right? El Chapo's son. Mm-hmm. And down the street, El Paso, they had the Bell's Bond raid by the FBI the day before that. Y'all remember all of that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sprayed onto the legal papers or stationery, smuggled in by a variety of people. No smugglers are charged in this case.
No smugglers yet, because they just got them, right?
With getting the money, receiving the money, and laundering the money for his drug sales. Papers or stationery smuggled in by a variety of people. No smugglers are charged in this case. Owens and his relatives are charged with
his relatives,
getting the money, receiving the money, and laundering the money for his drug sales in this case. But they come into the jail through, we've charged a lawyer before, we've charged a detention officer before, and I think you'll probably not be surprised to know this is an ongoing investigation.
The Bell's bombing. Hold on, let's rewind.
Crime cells with getting the money, receiving the money, and laundering the money for his drug sales in this case. But they come into the jail through, we've charged a lawyer before. We've charged a detention officer before, and I think you'll probably not be surprised to know this is an ongoing investigation. These are individual sprayed onto the legal papers or stationery, smuggled in.
Do y'all understand why I was so excited?
Are charged in this case. Owens and his relatives
His
are
relatives.
charged with getting the money, receiving the money, and laundering the money for his drug sales in this case. But they come into the jail through, we've charged a lawyer.
Yeah, Chapo's
before.
son, the
We've
lawyer.
charged a detention officer before, and I think you'll probably not be surprised to know this is an ongoing investigation. These are
With the
individual
F, the B, and the
organized
I.
crime cells within the jail complex.
When we take a look at Owens and his role in this, he would be considered obviously the mastermind,
This
the
is
man behind
nuts.
all of this. And then when we look at the commissary system in the Harris County Jail, the limit is a $200 deposit, but there's a way around that.
Yep, unfortunately, there's a big loophole. It turns out that anybody can go to a kiosk in Walmart or other similar venues and deposit any amount of money they want to into an inmate's commissary account. So
Now, who tied to Harris County that's tied to Dolph? Now, we done discussed this. How many times? Yeah, that attorney is saying that we gonna be surprised with all the evidence that unfolds. Yeah, because he done gave up some folks. He's tied to Harris County, absolutely. That Zimmerman guy that the judge ordered not to say anything to the DA. His crimes is coming out of Harris County. STRAIGHTDROP was picked up before he was charged with the Dolph because he had outstanding judicial issues, jail, probation, or whatever, in where Harris County, finessed 2 times, Harris County, black youngster had set in jail where Harris County, CEOBOBBY had some issues, and CEOBOBBY, yeah, LMG's son, Hewlett, in Harris County. Let's continue to listen.
instead of the intended $200 limit, there's no limit. And if you left that amount of cash in a regular bank account, it would draw the attention of authorities, the IRS, et cetera, when it's coming in cash. But in the commissary, it's not apparently being reviewed. So when we saw the
Like the
amount
jail
of money
system,
coming,
like what was it? Nobody was monitoring the bail conditions. They monitoring them now, right? Damn it, man. So you see why they mad at me? Harris County. El Chapo, El Nino, yeah, El Mayo. They were probably in on it. Oh, absolutely. It's gonna all come out in the wash. The snitchery. Craig Pettis. So if all of this is going on in Harris County, 30 million drug what is it called? Money laundering scheme in jail. I told y'all a couple of months ago that Pettis was still ordering hits. He was still operating. He is tied to El Chapo, El Mayo. Yes. So that means, in what street was he raised on? He was raised on the same street as Dolph. Come on, let's listen.
into the commissary, that was obviously.
And we know he will backdoor. He done backdoored his own family members. He done put hits on people that he knows. So he ain't, yeah.
A red flag.
And do you, at this point, tell...
That was about a red commissary. It's not apparently being reviewed. So when we saw the amount of money coming into the commissary, that was obviously is
Never heard this part.
a red flag.
And do you, at this point, tell
Red
the sheriff
flag.
in the jail it's time for a review? You need to clamp it down. If we have to come in here again, we're going to have to kick some ass.
I don't tell other electeds what their policies should be, but we've recommended an instant cap, a closing of the loophole for any amount that can be deposited. And of course, we're going after Owens and his cohorts, but they're
His
just
family.
one of various groups operating within the jail and endangering everybody. And I think these are the kinds of things we see in other countries and want to avoid. So our Harris County of various groups operating, I don't
Various
tell other electeds
groups.
what their policies should
Listen
be, but
to
we've
her.
recommended an
Hey,
instant
Gwendolyn.
cap, a closing of the loophole for any amount that can be deposited. And of course, we're going after Owens and his cohorts, but they're just one of various groups operating within the jail and endangering everybody. And I think these are the kinds of things we see in other countries and want to avoid. So our Harris County Jail should not and cannot be a place where crime is being run out of, especially when it can cause the death of inmates or injuries to others.
All right, District Attorney Kim, thank you for joining us here on the
Hold that
Factor
thought.
Uncensored tonight.
Thanks.
How was that? Did that help? Did that help? Mm-hmm. Hold that thought, though. Hold that thought. I had another one I was listening to. Before we go, since we here. Okay. Yes, indeed. Now we're not gonna be able to listen to this one the whole time.
But he's weak.
Cause this one is pretty lengthy.
All right, good. I'm Andy Kahn. Thank everybody for being here. I'm Andy Kahn, Director of Victim Services, Crime Stoppers of Houston. You know, when we all woke up this morning and we saw what was happening with the FBI.
This one is kind of long. You doing it again?
That had an inkling what was going on. And
Y'all want me to set this down so y'all can listen?
spot on. But there's people and victims that have directly
This is, they finna talk about the bail bond.
allowing people to be fraudulently released on bail.
Can y'all hear that?
April to talk about her experiences in her family and also as an advocate for other victims' families. But there's people and victims that have directly been impacted by what's going on with allowing people to be fraudulently released on bail. And I'm going to ask April to talk about her experiences in her family and also as an advocate for other victims' families as well.
My name is April Aguirre. I am here today not by choice, but because we were pushed into this criminal justice system. 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez was shot in the head. We didn't understand the system, and even worse,
Hey, Tony
insult to
P.
injury when the individual who shot her was out on bail so fast. We started scrambling, trying to take a
This
crash
is the
course on how
crooked
this
bail
was working.
system
We began
that the
testifying at bail
FBI
bond board
raided.
against this company because we found a pattern that multiple violent offenders, multiple victims were dealing with these same companies. And I don't know about y'all, but I know that we didn't have that kind of money sitting around. So we knew that there was some kind of fraudulent activity going on, but we couldn't prove it. When the first FBI raid happened, we were ecstatic because these companies were making Houston.
You said, what she mean? Kush makes you do what? Who you talking about? Cause Kush, I don't know what you talking about.
Was shot in the head. We didn't understand the system, and even worse, insult to injury when the individual who shot her was out on bail so fast. We started scrambling, trying to take a crash course on how this was working. We began testifying at the bail bond board against this company because we found a pattern that multiple violent offenders, multiple victims were dealing with these same companies. And I don't know about y'all, but I know that we didn't have that kind of money sitting around. So we knew that there was some kind of fraudulent activity going on, but we couldn't prove it. When
The same bail
FBI raid
companies.
happened, we were ecstatic because these companies were making Houston a less safe place to live. They were taking bonds that other companies wouldn't take, and they were taking risks, but we couldn't prove how. So as a community, we came together alongside Paul Castro, Andy, and Adrian Garcia, and we passed a 10% minimum mandate to try to control these violent offenders from coming out. And I said violent offenders. That means the worst of the worst. Murderers, people that commit sexual assault, people that commit aggravated robbery. We wanted to make sure that these people were not coming out on a discounted bail like they were.
Discount.
And it worked, but not as well as we wanted to.
Discount bail.
Getting out on discounted bonds. So we
Hey, Third
started
Real.
making complaints to when the bail bond board and to our federal partners, asking for help. We didn't know what we were dealing with, and we could have never imagined how large this is. But I can say one thing: we need to stop making money off of dead children, and we need to stop making money off of homicide victims. This should not be a lucrative business. It's sick. It's not enough that you bail people out, but you do it unethically. We want people to follow the rules and the laws. If you can bond out ethically, do it. But
They were
companies
spraying
making
it
a living
on
like
paper
this, and
to
it's
smuggle it into
dozens of
jails.
people, when we could have never imagined how large it was. And I hope that today, after what our federal partners did, that
They never
Houston is a
understood
safer
how
place to live. If you commit a crime, but you
how
do it
big this
unethically,
scam was.
we want people to follow the rules and the laws. If you can bond out ethically, do it. But companies making a living like this, and it's dozens of people, when we could have never imagined how large it was. And I hope that today, after what our federal partners
this is
did,
what,
that Houston is a safer place to live. If you commit a crime here in Harris County,
Oh, yeah, they
if you
laced
harm our children, if you kill one of our family members, it shouldn't be easy for you to get out of jail.
To smuggle it into the prison.
You should face consequences that match your crime. When we started with this, we started with the phrase, no more bogus bonds. And we want to continue that
bonds.
because we focus on violent offenders that harm our community. And people need to stop making money off of dead people and dead children. And this company bailed out our murderer. And they made money off of Arlene's death. And that was the worst mistake you could have ever done, because you kicked us when we were down. And you opened our eyes to a company that we didn't even know about. And we're not going anywhere. And for all victims, I want you to know that you have a voice.
Remember, the feds
You have a
busted
voice and
53
use it.
people.
And if they don't listen, scream louder.
And remember,
Because this is unacceptable.
J.
I'm
Prince
just so
Jr.
grateful. Today's
got
a great
finessed
day
out
to win for Houston. Thank you to the FBI
of trouble
and
without
everybody
even
else that
having to
participated.
appear
We are so
before
grateful for your hard work and dedication to making our communities safer.
the bond.
And Arlene, rest
He
in
bragged
peace,
about
baby,
it.
and you're making a big difference. Thank you.
Let's listen. It's
My name
huge.
is Mario Garza. I'm president of the Professional Bondsmen of Harris County Association. As I've gotten to know victims, the criminal justice system used to be about a partnership between bondsmen and the judges that you all elect. Judges used to take that discretion seriously. What we have is what's morphed out of a soft on crime criminal justice system that's allowed a company like this to do what they've done.
The judges is working with them.
Everything is unchecked. It's unprecedented for what the allegations
The same thing
are.
going on in Memphis.
Every industry has bad apples. That is less than 1%, but that does not take away from the damage that is done once we get into the details of these allegations and the violent criminals that were released back into the public.
Yes, yes.
Basically no paperwork.
No paperwork. Ain't that what J. Prince Jr. said? Hold on. Ain't that what J. Prince Jr. said about finesse when they had that warrant out for him when he didn't turn that SUV back into the rental place, and J. Prince Jr. got him out of it without no paperwork. He didn't even have to go before the judge. Y'all remember that? And he popped his collar and he bragged about it in Harris County. Okay.
Take away from the damage that is done once we get into the details of these allegations and the violent criminals that were released back into the public on basically no paperwork.
No paperwork.
That paperwork was fraudulent.
It was fraudulent.
So that partnership that used to exist where a judge knew to hold somebody in jail when they were violent are now
Two
being
times
released out on these reduced
Hey,
payments,
Ninja.
whatever it
Edwards.
is. I am myself a bondsman, and what I've learned about these allegations is
Yeah, I remember when that bonds company illegally, I don't know how, but shot and killed J. Prince Jr. supposed to be, not J. Prince Jr., Big J. Prince, nephew, what was his name? I can't think of his name. I covered it though. I can't think of his name. And they killed him. They bagged him out and they shot him, and they were saying that they wasn't supposed to do all of that. Because, yeah. Do y'all remember that? What was his name? I can tell y'all a little later. I just can't tell y'all now. But you know, they killed him. They had a bounty out on him, and he was backing up, and they just started shooting at him. Y'all remember that?
I can't believe it, but I do. I'm not saying that I don't. What I'm saying is that as I get to look, when you have to look victims in the eyes, you have to ask yourself what you're going to be about. So before I'm a bondsman, I'm a person. I live here in Harris County. I was born here in Houston, Texas. This place matters to me. And if you go
I told
back
y'all
years
Houston
ago,
is tied to
we were
Memphis.
not this unsafe. We had safety because we had a partnership with everybody. Bondsmen did what they were supposed to do. When somebody didn't go to court, we looked for them. We have people in my industry that I had to call out, and I take no joy in doing that when I did that. But I did it because it's a matter of right and wrong.
Yep, J. Prince nephew. I can't think of his name.
You're absolutely right. Arlene, there's several names that we could list here, and yet this went unchecked. It took the federal FBI to come in here.
F the
and
B and
fix
the I.
what Harris County should have did itself.
The who? The
So
F, the
that-
B,
that
and the
tells you
I.
anything. That tells you that we got leadership that allowed it to fester and grow. And it did. I mean, it's like anything in life. It goes unchecked. What's it going to do? It's going to
What
get
is
worse.
that guy's name?
And that's what it did. By nature. Criminals are no different than anybody else. They have a natural habit for what they do. And when it's unchecked, whether it's misdemeanors or felonies, they all repeat.
Let me tell y'all what his
So I'm
name
here
is.
out
Hold
of
on.
obligation as being a human being. I haven't had to lose anybody, but I certainly don't want to wait till that kind of criminal justice reform lands on my doorstep or your doorstep. I don't want to wait that long, which is why we have to partner with people like victims and victims services to be here. I'm not ashamed of what I do because I did it correctly. I was holding people accountable who were out of my bonds, but it's out of our hands.
What is
It's
his
left up to
name?
the people that you elect who are just looking the other way, that the FBI had to come in and do what they did. So thank you for hearing me out.
You know, one thing that today's right in the first, you know, on behalf of Crime Stoppers, thank our law enforcement partners, whether it be Houston Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, the U.S. Marshals, FBI, the Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office. I mean, God bless them for recognizing that this was a problem and an issue. And we knew this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the three of us, along with Paul Castro and several other members of Parents of Murdered Children, appeared before Commissioner's Court. And we also appeared with Senator Whitmire at that time, who was the Dean of the Criminal Justice, who's now the mayor. So Senator Whitmire, now Mayor Whitmire, also championed and helped us get the 10% because we were stunned. And I remember talking to Paul Castro, basically stating he couldn't believe that the person that murdered his son got out on basically, you know, a 2% bond. And that kind of opened the door for everything that was happening in his case. How many others was it happening? And
His
that
name was
led us
Walter
to where we
Hutchins.
are today. The question that
Walter
we
Hutchins,
have,
J.
of
Prince
course, is who
nephew.
benefited
That bail's bond
being
people shot him
released
up.
on fraudulent bonds. Who are the offenders? What are their backgrounds? What are their criminal histories?
Y'all remember that? Walter
How far back
Hutchins.
does this go? How many of them have reoffended after being released on bond that they quite frankly shouldn't have been released to begin with?
Because they
with
were
the
saying he
exception
wasn't
of
supposed to be
partnering
out on bond.
with organizations and a few bail bonds companies to get them out the door. How many people perhaps became victimized by offenders who under
So that's what's going on. And the FBI came in town
these are questions that we have, and I think people
revealed
in Harris
this,
County should also have
arrested
as
them
well.
53 people.
And that's something I hope that we will eventually get answers on, because I would love to know what.
And they also uncovered that there was smuggling and laundering through the jail system. I can't wait to find out who the Owens cat is related to that's a part of this organized crime.
Offenders who have been released, where they are any of them fugitives? Any of them committed violent crimes?
Zimmerman.
These are the questions that we have to ask.
So we wonder how did he get out?
Answers. So as April said, today's a good
Who let
day,
him out?
Yet at the same
Let me
time,
hush.
it
Let's
opens up the
listen.
proverbial Pandora's box. And from a
Pandora's
public safety perspective, I can't fathom.
Pandora's box. It is interesting the words that they are using, especially when they have some human trafficking going on.
How this could have gone on for so long. And thankfully somebody
Organized
has finally
crime.
put an end for this. And the other question, of course, is this solely for Harris County?
Woo!
Does these companies, I'm assuming, and I don't like to speculate, but I can't imagine that
It's
they
just
solely
Harris.
practice in Harris County. I would certainly make the assumption, again, it's assumption, but I'm sure this has happened in other counties as well, for so long. And thankfully somebody has finally put
sipping,
an end
baby.
for this.
Are we sipping? Are we sipping? Is the tea hot? Is it hot? Let me set this down, because baby, let me say this. I didn't get this far into the listening. So for him to say other counties, you already know it's other counties. You already know that. Okay.
Question, of course, is this solely for Harris County?
No.
These companies, I'm assuming, and I don't like to speculate, but I can't imagine that they solely practice in Harris County. I would certainly make the assumption, again, it's assumption, but I'm sure this has happened in other counties as well. Probably happened throughout the state. So yes, this is Harris County, but I'm thinking this is actually more of a statewide issue right now. So like I said, I'm glad we were finally able to do something about it. It's been a long 2-year battle. So thank you to April.
2 years, did he say 2 years battle?
And Senator Whitmire, now Mayor Whitmire, and the box has now been opened.
The Pandora's box is open.
And the ghosts are going to be found, and we're going to determine whether the ghosts have harmed other individuals as well. Because if I'm a victim and I find out that somebody was released on fraudulent bail bond and I lost a family member, or I was robbed, or I was kidnapped, or I was sexually assaulted by someone that shouldn't have been released, yeah, there's going to be hell to pay.
Y'all hear this?
At this time, we'll open it up for any questions or.
I know you said there's going to be hell to pay. Who do you think should pay for this? I can answer that question. So when, as a business, you choose to act in a fraudulent manner, you are taking on a civil liability. I urge victims, if you were a victim of a loved one that was hurt, killed, victimized by an individual that was out by one of these companies, you may have a case and you should probably get a lawyer, because the only way that these people learn their lesson is when you hit them in their pocketbooks. Sue them. Start a legal process against these companies. They acted in a fraudulent manner and they caused you harm. Go after them.
Y'all hear that?
Can you kind of elaborate on some of the company's history with the bond board in Harris County and the licensing issues that had come up in the past? Is that something?
Prior to the FBI raid, they hadn't had any real problems. They kind of were rubber stamped, I guess, through the licensing. things didn't really start to take hold or some interest when it was brought to the Commissioner's Court's attention when they were dealing with the 10%. That's kind of what caused all this. See, bondsmen, for the most part, were doing close to 10%. But as bail reform took hold, slim pickings obviously caused there to be less and less to pick from. So these companies
Hot that like
as
button.
I say, had a rob Peter to pay Paul business model, started to ramp up bonding out people who shouldn't have been bonded. But that's kind of a shared responsibility, meaning that with the violent histories that as Andy has seen and has kept track of,
You're
some
welcome,
of these
Granny.
people should not have had bonds at all.
These innovative dishwashing
Hold
rags
on.
are like no other.
Hit the like
With their
button.
advanced diamond-shaped lattice.
Track of, some of these people should not have had bonds at all.
And do you have any context on other bonding companies possibly not accepting the risk of some of the defendants that this bonding company was when they were giving them those bonds?
Absolutely. I was one of them, because sometimes I would get the call before I would look it up again and notice that the bond was made through the Maharibs. I turned it down because it was a bad bond. The co-signers didn't work. It had no real residency. Combined co-signers together couldn't possibly pay $100,000 judgment if the bond were to go bad and the bondman were to run away. Just
what?
as a matter of rule, most of us bondsmen prefer family members. Some of these people were not family members.
Did they say $100,000?
Maybe I knew them a year or for 6 months, or
It's full circle, baby.
And I just met them, 6 months ago. These are not strong co-signers. The higher the bond, the stronger the co-signer.
Hey,
So,
Kimberly.
yes, very many bonding companies would turn them down, and then they would find their way to that company that, as a matter of fact, the kind of calls I was getting around that time.
So the bondsman would turn them down, legitimate.
Do you accept 3%? And I'm like, I almost laughed on the phone, like, no, I don't. So obviously somebody was offering it because they were calling around. And I would get that call, and it was more and more frequent that I knew somebody's out there doing it. And so that's where I felt like it took hold. But for the most part,
It's full circle.
95% of us were doing it close to 10%, maybe 8% down, and we were doing the bonds. But again, this was all supported by strong co-signers. When you don't have that, it's just a waste to take any money.
You had expressed concern prior about these companies. You had brought it up out in public. Talk about that. Like you had voiced it.
Right, and the reason why I did that was, again, why I'm here now, out of obligation. You know right from wrong. You know what you're seeing, you know what you're hearing.
The FBI had to come
95%
in.
of us are doing it right. I'm not going to go down with the 6 bonding companies.
Oh, he don't want to go down.
Are bringing shame upon the rest of us. And that's why I decided to voice what I needed to voice. Unfortunately, it's played out to be true. I was ahead of it. Not because I wanted to be. I didn't know that this was going to culminate to where we are today. Unfortunately, it has. That's why I said it's no joy for me to be here. But if I had to honestly say right from wrong, I chose what was right in the face of money. Because every business, you have to have that. You have to have a moral
integrity.
compass. I'm not against people making money. But why do you have to sell your soul? Why do you have to kill everything?
Yeah, this is just how big this is. The FBI. That's why they was operating that big bust.
What do you think the tangible solutions are? Is it more oversight? I mean, what do you think? What steps can we take to make sure that this doesn't continue?
Okay, well, if you think back 8 to 10 years ago, we were safe here. We didn't have this problem. Why? Because we had a bail schedule, number one. Judges used discretion. They didn't come out on TV and tell you their hands were tied, which is not true, by the way. If you've all read the opinions by now, the Fifth Circuit Court of
Don't
Appeals,
Memphis have a bail bond problem?
That is not true at all. Defendants do not have a right to be free from a wealth-based detention. They do not have a right to affordable bail. The only thing they have a right to is a 48-hour hearing to plead their indigency, and a judge is supposed to use
Because in Memphis, they saying that if you can't afford to bond out, they're going to let you out. So that means that it's bad paper? What? Bad judge? Because like he's saying, this ain't just Harris County. No, it ain't.
based on their criminal history to set bail. And as Harris County,
Follow the law.
when you got in
Absolutely.
trouble, your bail went up higher and higher. And there were no PR bonds. Your bond went up as you got in more trouble. You graduated to felonies, it went up higher. And there were no PR bonds. A bondsman you had to call a bonding company. And that's the way it worked. And when a
Not
judge would
not
call a
not
bondman and say,
lately.
"Hey, your guy's not showing up to court," we would find him. And we would either have him in court or placed back in custody.
No
That's
cash
the partnership
bonds.
that I was talking about. Now these judges scapegoat us, but they're the ones with the discretion. They're the ones that set bail.
So
and can
dirty
actually
judges,
deny it and
right?
say, "Hey, you're a
They
bondman
already had the
guy,
dirty
you're a
cheat.
bondman, you
Everything
should
that's
say
going
that."
on in Harris County is going on in Memphis.
You've got, according to the indictment, one bonding company that they were basically using phony documents saying that, oh yeah, she's got the money, she's got the collateral, and it wasn't true. I don't understand what the judge is.
Well, you're correct. That's fraud. That's fraud. You should never do that on any paperwork in any business. I mean, the
That's
responsibility.
Patrick.
No, absolutely.
Pretty much contained to the bail bonding company,
Mm-hmm.
the defendant, and the people that are pulling off a scheme, right?
Right. And that comes from your board. your
He was
bail
working for
As April
the
has
princess.
witnessed, there have been people that were brought before the board that what they were doing was pretty egregious, and yet no action was taken. Well, I sit on that board, and even at times I wonder, well, where's the teeth in what I do?
That's how these hitmen
Which
get.
is why I said,
If they get caught, they get out.
to come down and enforce what Harris County should have done itself. When you get complaints about that, and there were numerous.
Yeah.
and yet
How you gonna
they
get out
didn't
your own
always go
recognizance?
anywhere. And this has been years. I've heard those complaints. People have called me and got my cell phone and said, this is what they're doing. And these are like 7 or 8 people that don't know each other, but they all got the same.
Now
name,
all of a
right?
sudden,
So
now
I'm
all
saying
of a
I'm
sudden,
going,
a quit attorney is saying, oh, she wants strict a report of what they're doing, and we are complying. Oh, now he complying. He wasn't. Yeah, but them FB and the eyes in town and got a fine tooth comb over all of them. Okay, keep listening.
But they don't know each other, so they're obviously telling the truth. And sometimes when those complaints would get back to where they needed to, nothing was done.
Oh, it's
So
heavy,
I
baby.
look at that as,
Them
I'm
feds
just
had
one
them
person on the board,
involved.
so where's the enforcement?
Had to get involved.
Complaints need to go that they were not been addressed.
Well, most people have to file their complaints with the Harris County Bail Bond Board or the Bonding Division with the Sheriff's Department. There's a website. You can go on there and the complaint form's right online. And at times I directed
Just
people to
about
that.
everybody
I would send them
involved
that
in
complaint and they can fill it
the
out.
YoungDolph
Now, what went
murder
after that, I
had
don't
some
know,
connection
because
to
it never got
Houston,
brought before the board.
Harris County.
Reported to the sheriff's office.
Yes. Now, whether they investigated, now they could have investigated, as oftentimes happens. They investigate and they
Tried
find there's no
to
wrongdoing.
mob ties.
Insurance that basically checked a defendant to see if they were going to see the
I don't think
person. If all
you
this
talking
was
about
true,
Jennifer.
What I believe.
You talking about
because
Jennifer?
My insurance company doesn't do it always, is I don't think information is not verified. The application is submitted and it's taken as is. If I tell you that I got 3 co-signers and one works at, Hobby Lobby for 10 years, another guy works at a bank for 12 years, and I show you their driver's licenses and their check stubs, then that goes on to support what I want to do with that bond. It's on an honest honor system, basically. But because most of us do tell the truth, we don't want a bad bond. It's in our interest not to have a bad bond. So the insurance company is my partner. I want to do a good bond because I don't want to have to answer to them when it goes bad and they're going, what's going on? Now, I don't write for financial casualty, so I don't know their
Guidelines.
internal criteria. But
Ain't nobody been,
most of them have an approval process over a certain amount. If I have a bond that's too big and I want to write it, I have to call them and say, look, this is what I want to write, but I have these co-signers. Can you check them out as far as here's who I have, here's what I'm doing. You give me the go ahead or you don't.
They figured out ways to go around that. Dang, Jane Prince and
Other
the
times they'll say, no, we want collateral on this one. And they're generally certain types of cases. For instance, sex cases. They tend to believe that, they feel that those kind of people will abscond a lot easier and sooner, so they want some type of security to back it. To answer your question, Randy,
that trafficking.
I'm sorry if it seems that I'm blaming judges. No, if what's being alleged is true, then they deserve every bit of that.
So he blaming judges.
Seems that I'm blaming judges. No, if what goes bad and they're going, what's going on? Now, I don't write for financial casualties, so I don't know their internal criteria.
I call them boys
But
fed
I know
ties.
they
Fed
most of them have an approval process over a certain amount. If I have a bond that's too big and I want to write it, I have to call them and say, look, this is what
It's
I
more
wanna
than one
write.
higher up.
I have these
I've always
co-signers.
said
Can you
that.
check them out as far as here's who I have, here's what I'm doing. You give me the go ahead or you don't. Most of the time they will because I know what they expect.
And I think this is just my opinion. I think that I think there's a good possibility that Snooty Wild Hit came from Houston. More so than I think it came from Memphis. Yeah. That's how I feel right now.
So say no, we want collateral on this.
So AunTeaFee, do you think that was a hit? Each and every one of them involved should be charged and go to prison, judges and all. Oh, I absolutely believe that too. Oh, I absolutely believe it too. It's huge. I've been saying it for 2 years now that this is probably going to be one of the biggest, depending on how they run it. Yeah, so, I don't think at that time, when I was thinking of the higher ups, I wasn't thinking about the El Chapos, El Mayos. I wasn't thinking about the cartel. I was thinking about the Princes and the Jay-Z's and there's one more. I just won't say it right now. But that probably goes as high up as that Illuminati stuff. But yeah, I wasn't incorporating the cartel. Just listen.
Types of cases, for instance.
And I wasn't incorporating this bail bond. I know that I did not understand how CEOTZ was going to jail, getting picked up and let right out before he go to see the judge. That bothered me. That is what got my eye on the turnaround. So no, I'm not surprised with this bail bond stuff. But I just knew that there was somebody inside that was allowing it to happen. In my mind, they was on CMG's payroll. That's just kind of how I looked at it. But I knew that was a problem.
Cases, they tend to believe that, they feel that those kind of people will abscond a lot easier and sooner, so they want some type of security to back it. To answer your question, Randy, I'm sorry if it seems that I'm blaming judges.
I don't see Z.
If what's being alleged is true, then they deserve every bit of that punishment that comes.
Defeat and etc. Know what I mean?
Sure, but what I will say is
you're talking about Jay-Z.
What does concern me about what this particular bonding company is alleged to have done is the violent offenders that were unleashed on us out of their specific company. That's disturbing, that concerns me, and what those defendants contributed to the crime problem that we already have in Harris County. So yes, if they were doing that and people lost their lives, which I'm sure
Hey Alvarez,
I'm willing to bet money on that, then they deserve everything they're going to get.
So there are 11 Harris County defendants who have been identified as the people who benefited from these fraudulent bonds. based on your knowledge and context of the company, do you believe there are more than 11?
As long as it's been going on, absolutely.
As long as it's been going
Absolutely.
on.
I don't know if you get a hold of the discovery and the federal matter, I mean, they obviously hauled files out of there, and it wasn't 11 because there were boxes. So what would that tell you? There's got to be more. I don't say that to be arrogant. I say that it's a matter of how many years it was going on. Surely you're going to have more than 11, but that's probably what they used.
This gonna be big.
I want to say about 8 years, possibly, when they first got their license.
Did she pronounce it able or able?
Able. Yes. And
that's the only bonding company that's part of this indictment right now, correct?
That's
the only bonding company. You all were mentioning other companies. The only company listed in the indictment is
8 years.
As far as I know, yes. But they're a family. There's a brother, a sister, and then obviously, Sheba's the sister, and then a brother. So there's 3 of them, and they all have the same last name, and they operated different bonding companies. 3 of them.
But she was the only one.
So it's more than one bonding
She was
company.
the one that her office was raided.
Right.
So the brothers have 2 different companies?
They did. They're all out of business now. The bail bond board did take action. As a matter of fact, the sureties are who pulled out on them. As the heat grew behind Sheba's raid, the surety companies came to the boards and started withdrawing their licenses.
So one family organization, but more than one bond company.
The license is what
When did AABLE disband?
our office was raided. Discovery and the federal matter, I mean, they obviously hauled files out of there, and it wasn't 11 because there were boxes. So what would that tell you? There's got to be more. I don't say that
One family, multiple
to be
business.
arrogant. I say that it's a matter of how many years it was going on. Surely you're going to have more than 11, but that's probably what they used to build their case.
Do you know how long they operated the first time?
I want to say about 8 years, possibly.
Everybody telling.
Did she pronounce it able or able?
Able. Yes. And
him
That's the
too.
only bonding company that's part of this indictment right now, correct?
That's
the only bonding company.
It's on the cases.
You all were mentioning
Federal.
other companies. The only company listed in the indictment is.
As far as I know, yes. But they're a family. There's a brother, a sister, and then obviously, Sheba's the sister, and then a brother. So there's 3 of them, and they all have the same.
And there is
last
a soul
name, and they
sister
operate
off in
different
this
bonding
equation.
companies.
Tanya or
Correct.
something.
She was the one that her office was raided.
So the brothers have 2 different companies?
They did. They're all out of business now. The bail bond board did take action. As a matter of fact, the sureties are who pulled out on them. As the heat grew behind Sheba's raid, the surety companies came to the boards and started withdrawing their licenses and revoking them, or actually voluntarily.
Thank you, Grateful. Hit the like button, y'all, please.
When did AABLE...
Like, share, subscribe. Join the membership.
Shortly after the raid, so possibly 3 months after, before the end of the year, I believe. So it was in 22. She was out of business in November, maybe October, November, something like that.
Oh, because this is, hold on. Because this is the second time they've been raided. They were raided in 2022. I guess they started up another business. More business. And so, because I did a upload on one of, I got to go back and find it. But yeah, so this is the second time they've been raided. I'm gonna set this down.
Boards and started withdrawing their licenses and revoking them, or actually voluntarily surrendering the license. Is what.
When did AABLE disband?
Shortly after the raid, so possibly 3 months after, before the end of the year, I believe. So it was in 22. She was out of business in November, maybe October, November, something like that.
If they were issuing these bad bonds, how were they making their money?
Well, again, my speculation to that is the robbing Peter to pay Paul scenario. We're taking it in all day long, and we're paying out what we have. The judgments themselves, when the bonds go bad, the judgments
what is
are not
back
instant,
Sandy?
They're months. So in that time, you have months to bring in.
386 X180. What is that? What is that? What are you trying to say? Rewrite that where I can understand that.
Money, and then obviously when you pay the judgments, it's time to pay.
You're also releasing people who, under ordinary circumstances, based on the standard bail practices, wouldn't have been able to make a bond unless they cut corners. So by cutting corners, that particular bail bond company is then able to secure a profit that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Well, by the indictment, if I understood it correctly, they basically are charging these defendants who come in, they're charging them for a package that's not even agreed, that's got all this phony information.
Well, what they're basically doing is they're charging them to get them through the process. Right. To say, we'll tell you we'll school you on how to fill out your app and what to put so we can.
Hey, y'all, I need for y'all to hit the like button for me. I'm going to pause until we get the likes up. Come on now. I'm giving y'all some stuff y'all ain't heard. Come on, get the likes up for me, please, so I can resume. It's dinner time. Let's go. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button for AunTeaFee. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button? Like, share, subscribe, join the membership. And if you so desire, you could donate at that little square $sign or the thank you or the Cash App, whichever is best for you. You know I did. Thank you, Grateful. Thank you in advance for all you do. Thank you, Granny. Let's go. Y'all hit the likes. Come on, get the likes up. Get the likes up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Come on, so I can. Okay, let's go.
Pass it through, and probably charging them more for that. Like, you know what? You wouldn't get a bond anywhere.
If I understood it correctly, they basically are charging these defendants who come in, they're charging them for a package that's not even agreed, that's got all this phony information.
Well, what they're basically doing is they're charging them to get them through the process. Right. To say, we'll tell you we'll school you. Some of these people, which if you go digging in those cases, you're going to see people who have absconded numerous times, and they're going to charge you for that as well. We have to charge you because you also missed court, but we'll get you through it.
I'm going to close with one comment. I think the days of the honor code amongst the bail bond industry, I think that day is pretty much over and done with. And the only question is, how do we make sure that the bonds that offenders are getting out are legitimate? So I think that's going to be forthcoming down the road. So I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for coming at short notice. Thank you.
Do you think that has to be at a state level or at a county level?
Can I say something about that? Just so y'all know, with the 10% rule, because we're not being on the honor system anymore, we have to fill out an affidavit every time we turn in a bond saying that we, and that's sworn, obviously, saying that we accepted 10%. So we are doing that on every bond of those 17 cases that are designated at 10%.
There was a bill filed last legislative session, House Bill 227, by State Representative Ann Johnson, that would have taken the 10% rule that we have by policy in Harris County and made it statewide. For whatever reasons, it didn't get any traction, but something tells me as of today, it will more than likely get refiled again, and perhaps this situation can be a catalyst for change.
Would you like to do that in Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. Yo me llamo Abril Aguirre. Yo estoy aquí porque Arlene Álvarez recibió un balazo en su cabeza cuando ella solamente tenía 9 años. Y eso cuenta, salió de la cárcel a dar justicia a esta gente que hace mucho. Gracias a todos por...
Okay, y'all.
Unleashed on us out of their specific company. That's disturbing, that concerns me, and what those defendants contributed to the crime problem that we already have in Harris County. So yes, if they were doing that and people lost their lives, which I'm sure someone did, I'm willing to bet money on that, then they deserve everything they're going to get.
So there are 11 Harris County defendants who have been identified as the people who benefited from these fraudulent bonds. Based on your knowledge and context of the company, do you believe there are more than 11?
As long as it's been going on, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if you get a hold of the discovery in the federal matter, I mean, they obviously hauled files out of there, and it wasn't 11 because there were boxes. So what would that tell you? There's got to be more. I don't say that to be arrogant. I say that as a matter of how many years it was going on. Surely you're going to have more than 11, but that's probably what they used to build their case.
Do you know how long they operated in Harris County?
I want to say about 8 years, possibly, when they first got their license.
Does she pronounce it A-Able or Able?
A-Able.
A-Able.
Yes. And
that's the only bonding company that's part of this indictment right now, correct?
That's
the only bonding company. You all were mentioning other companies. The only company listed in the indictment is.
As far as I know, yes, yes. But they're a family. There's a brother, a sister, and then obviously, Sheba's the sister, and then a brother. So there's 3 of them, and they all have the same last name, and they operated different bonding companies. 3 of them.
But she was the only one indicted.
Correct. She was the one that her office was raided.
Right.
Okay, y'all.
They did. They're all out of business.
So we have a good understanding of sorry. I'm super late. Hey, Rena. Ooh, girl, yeah, we done been all around. Court, STRAIGHTDROP, Cornelius, Orange Mound Quet, Hernandez Govan, and Jemarcus will all go before a start trial September 23rd, every last one of them. New evidence that has not been discussed or provided will come out. Let me play that one more time for the one time before we go. Where is that? Is that on here? That's what one thing we covered. We also covered the bail's bond fraud out of Harris County. That's also in Shelby County. I'm trying to find as well as DeSoto County. I'm trying to get back to that court. Play that one more time. Memphis. Thought it was right here. Y'all know stuff kind of disappears. So I'm going to play that, and then we going to resume. Wasn't it WH? Yeah. Let's go.
We reviewed the top 5 performing home security cameras to find the best quality and
Hit
value
the
for
light.
money.
First at 6 on your news leader, tragedy in Marshall County, Mississippi,
Oh, no, that
where
ain't
a
it.
2-year-old boy is shot.
That ain't it. I don't want to hear about no 2-year-old boy being shot.
Almost 3 years after Memphis rapper YOUNGDOLPH was shot and killed, and those charged in connection to the deadly attack are set to finally go to trial. Today, the man accused of orchestrating the attack, along with the man who already pled guilty to helping after the shooting, learned.
So y'all please know that Straight Drop brother, please don't lose sight. Straight Drop Justin Johnson's brother, Jemarcus, has already pled guilty. He done already gave up his brother. So we don't need to know who the shooters are. We know who the shooters are. Okay? What's probably about to happen with this evidence that they talking about, Orange Mound quit. Hernandez Govan gonna have to give up the real mastermind. Okay? It ain't teasing. They may want to say that it was Big Juke, but they already know better. They knew that before Juke was gone. Now, Juke probably was the one who contacted Orange Mound Quit, because they cool. They was cool. They done dirt together. But the order came from YOGOTTI. And YOGOTTI was familiar enough with Straight Drop that he said, shh. If he gets arrested, yeah, I remember. When he turned himself in, I'ma get him out. So it ain't like he didn't know who he was. He was sending direct messages to Straight Drop. YOGOTTI was sending his attorney to represent Straight Drop until Straight Drop did not follow orders and turn himself in when he was supposed to. Okay? So we're not going to act like YOGOTTI didn't some directly or indirectly communicate, send messages by way of IG before he went cold turkey and responded, because AunTeaFee got him. Okay? So when he's talking about what he's talking about, evidence, he's going to have to give up them C, the M, and the G. Okay?
Almost 3 years after Memphis rapper YOUNGDOLPH was shot and killed, and those charged in connection to the deadly attack are set to
Y'all hit the like button.
Go to trial. Today, the man accused of orchestrating the attack, along with the man who already pled guilty to helping after the shooting, learned when they
already pled guilty. So there's already a guilty verdict for Dolph trial. Let's not forget that. Okay? He's already pled guilty. He's already gave up his brother. He's already told the DA how he played with the phones for his brother. Okay? Okay? And
after the shooting learned when they orchestrating the attack, along with the man who already pled guilty to helping after the shooting, learned when they, along with 2 other defendants, will have the case heard before a judge and jury. Here's WREG's Jarita Patterson with the trial date years in the making.
Monday morning, the man wearing a blue t-shirt slumped over in the gallery of Judge
Didn't want his
Jennifer
face to be
Mitchell's
seen.
courtroom.
Hi, Lion
The
Moet.
end to a case years in the making has been set for trial. Hernandez Govan, the man accused of arranging the murder of rapper YOUNGDOLPH back in 2021, stood before the judge as his attorney went over several judicial housekeeping notes.
Judge, she wants to keep pretty tight rein on the everything, and especially Mr. Govan and all the defendants that's involved.
Govan's lawyer, Handel Durham Jr., telling us when the trial gets underway, his client will not face the judge alone.
We're compliant. We're doing what she tells us to do, and
now
looking forward to the trial date.
Justin Johnson and CORNELIUSSMITH, the accused triggerman, along with Jemarcus Johnson, will also be in court. In fact, Jemarcus Johnson was there Monday alongside Govan. Johnson already pled guilty last year to 3 counts of being an accessory.
So have they picked the jurors?
After the Johnson and CORNELIUSSMITH, the accused triggerman, along with Jemarcus Johnson, will also be in court. In fact, Jemarcus Johnson was there Monday alongside Govan. Johnson already pled guilty last year to 3 counts of being an accessory after the fact. He will still return for trial in just under 2 months.
Accessory for what? This is for the people in the back who want to keep thinking that it's other people. Why has Straight Drop Brother pled guilty to accessory? He took a plea tougher than what he would have gotten if he just would have waited it out. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all remember that?
Johnson will also be in court. In fact, Jemarcus Johnson was there Monday alongside Govan. Johnson already pled guilty last year to 3 counts of being an accessory after the fact. He will still return for trial in just under 2 months.
Be back in this courtroom on September 23rd.
Judge Mitchell reminding both defense attorneys September
Here go the good stuff.
23rd is the date. This is finally set to go to trial, with defense attorney
Yes, it
Durham
is.
saying it's at that moment evidence many are unaware of will finally be revealed. Set to go to trial, with defense attorney Durham saying it's at that moment evidence many are unaware of will finally be
Evidence that what? Evidence that what? Y'all hit before we go. Cause soon as it's over, I'm gonna sign out. Can we flood the chat with dolphins? Long live Dolph. Justice for Dolph. And may everybody that's involved, directly and indirectly, may they get what they deserve in the judicial system. Don't overlook nobody. Everybody. Y'all hit the like button, please. Show some dolphins. Let's get some dolphins for Dolph. Long live Dolph.
many are unaware of will finally be. Is the date this is finally set to go to trial, with defense attorney Durham saying it's at that moment evidence many are unaware of will
September 23rd.
finally be revealed.
Just looking forward to bringing this to an end because I think the public needs to really know what happened.
The details of which attorney Durham says will clear his client's name.
And I'm just confident.
But only time will tell. Reporting for your news leader in downtown Memphis,
Bye, y'all.
Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
Peace.
Now, before Hernandez Govan goes to trial, he is set to return to court on September 9th for a pre-trial conference.
Uh-oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, oh, pre-trial, what? What? A pre-trial conference? They slid that in there. Whoa. Hold on. On September the 9th, pre-trial conference. So they gonna have to prep him. Hold up, y'all. Y'all can tell I didn't know that was gonna come out, right? Okay, he's still working pre-trial conference. So that means that they got to talk to him about what they're going to expect for him to testify. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little research on that. So they're going to want him, they're going to want to talk to him about their expectations of him on what they're going to expect for him to disclose before trial. So that means that if he don't comply with what they've come up with, the terms and the conditions, the deal is off. So they're going to have a pre-trial conference. Is this conference? Oh, wow, y'all, that's deep. So everybody who thinking that he finna, that means that any little old bogus shit that he think he gonna come up with, like try to put it all on Juke, that ain't gonna work. So they gonna discuss with him ahead of time, before trial. So September the 9th, baby, I need to mark that. So whatever he done gave them about Harris County, whatever he done gave them about some other people, what the hell did she just slide that shit in? Did she slide it in there? Hold up, I'm trying to get back to it, baby. She slid that in at the very end. AunTeaFee was not ready for that. Hi, Jody. AunTeaFee, let me pause that. Let me go back. Okay, I need to slow it up. Stephanie, you threw AunTeaFee and her tea sippers for a loop, baby. She slid that in there, didn't she? Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? What the hell? Good afternoon, Joe. Hey, Precious. Yeah. This tea so good, I ain't gonna even cuss you out. I'm just gonna report you. Oh, baby, this tea so good, I ain't gonna even cuss you out. Y'all say bye to lady. The tea too good, baby. Y'all ready? Oh, hold on. I don't cut the volume. Ooh, that tea was hot. Y'all, hit the like button. Please. Let me. Y'all ready? Bye, Crystal. Bye, baby. What is the last album? A Blue Star? Oh, my goodness. Stop.
For your news leader in downtown Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
Now, before Hernandez Govan goes to trial,
Are y'all ready? Y'all got y'all good ear on? Your good listening ear?
is set to return to court on September 9th for a pre-trial conference.
A pre-trial conference.
Trial, he is set reporting for Hernandez Govan goes to trial. He is set to
Isn't that new? Heck yeah, that's new. Heck yeah, that is new. Wes Butler, can your mama? I said I wasn't gonna do that, didn't I? I said I wasn't gonna do that. Oh, Granny, I'm sorry. Let me get the wrong people up out of here. Granny, I'm sorry. Granny, type again. I hit you while I was trying to get this Wes Butler. Type again, Granny. Let me know you all right. I don't know why they're coming in here messing with us and the juice is good. Okay, it just, okay, there you go. Okay, one more time for the one more time. AunTeaFee agree to the case statement. Witness list. She said you said what now? Agree that the case statement, witness list, exhibit list motions of pretrial procedures, jury instructions. Okay, one more time for the one more time. Let's go.
News Channel 3. Now, before Hernandez Govan goes to trial, he is set to return to court on September 9th for a pre-trial conference.
Pre-trial conference. September the 9th. I need to be off that day. Okay, y'all. It's been real. I'm past 2 hours. Wasn't planning on doing that. But I do it for my tea sippers. Something else pops off, I will come back, but I will do an upload to try to show y'all what it looked like when he was trying to hide and shit, you know. And I will cover a little bit more of that scandal that the feds has unfolded with the, what did they call it? Smuggling in the jail, 30K on somebody's books, how they do that, how he was able to even do that. Bogus paper for bonds. People never eat anyway. And that they are spraying paper. That's how they're getting some of the drugs smuggled into the jails and the prisons. Okay, September 9th, pre-trial conference. Evidence that will be provided that has not been presented. That's going to be good. Okay, y'all, until next time, like Masterpiece say, how you do that there. 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 Okay, y'all, it's been real. Bye. Hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, hit the like button for AunTeaFee. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, join the membership. If you so desire to support me, you can use the little heart, the thank you heart. You can send a super chat, or you can hit the Cash App. $AUNTEAFEE, AunTeaFee. Peace.